Welcome back, boxing fans. Big fights are about to begin. I'm using my phone. I couldn't miss out, so here I am hanging out with you today to watch the ESPN top ranked card. Obviously, Keyshawn Davis fighting Jose Pedraza is coming up now. And this is a great fight. Uh, we have to see if Keyshawn can do what Abdullah Mason did today, but with a legitimate opponent. Can he make the kind of statement that Jaime Munguia made against John Ryder? Can he make the kind of statement that Abdullah Mason made today against an inferior competitor, but obviously still a fantastic performance from him? This is Keyshawn's opportunity. Coming off of his last performance, he was a little underwhelming. He didn't really perform the way people were hoping he would. Obviously, a tough opponent, long, very good boxer, and was able to neutralize a lot of what he did. And then, of course, with the whole PED COT test, it ended into a no contest. So this is really a big bounce back fight for Keyshawn. If he can go in there and beat Pedraza handily, this is a huge statement. He all of a sudden becomes one of the top 5 fighters, probably at 135 pounds, joining Tank Davis, obviously Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, obviously guys like William Zepeda and Frank Martin and him. So we'll see what he does today. This is obviously a big fight. He was putting out his props today for the great Carl Weathers, who passed away. Rest in peace, champ. So obviously here we go. 9-0, 6 KOs, Keyshawn Davis, silver medal Olympian facing Jose Pedraza. 29, 5-1, 14 KOs. Only stopped once against Tank Davis. So if Keyshawn Davis can do what Tank Davis did, get him out of there, that would be huge. That would be dynamite. I have my fingers crossed. I hope that today we can see a Keyshawn Davis, Jaime Munguia-like performance. So let's see if we can do it. Happy heterosexuals in the house. Good day from down under. How you been, mate? I'm good. Damon Wester's in the house. So, boys, what's your prediction on the fight? Pedraza is a legitimate opponent, 2-weight world champion. Obviously, the guys he's lost to, elite fighters. Elite, right? When we talk about Tank Davis, Lomachenko, Zepeda, Ramirez, he hasn't been beaten by bums. He's been beaten by really good fighters. And obviously, his last few fights have been at 140 pounds. This fight's at 135. He's going to be coming down in weight. And we'll see if that's an advantage for him, because at least now he's not going to be fighting bigger opponents. Keyshawn Davis and him are relatively the same size. Keyshawn, they list him at 5'9", 134.7 pounds he weighed in at. I don't know if he's quite 5'9", but you know how it goes. He also isn't the longest of fighters, unlike a guy like Abdullah Mason, who's got a really, really long reach, very similar to Bud Crawford in his 5'9" frame, but with a 74-inch reach. Nice shirt, Keyshawn. Big props. We all grew up with Rocky movies. Obviously, they had a big impact on us as boxing fans, so it's nice that he's putting out shouts to a legend. Mason, that dude, well, he does look that dude, but he definitely got to step up his level of competition. The same way at one time we were talking about how Boots needed to step up his competition. So does Mason. He was in today with a real low-level dude, and he did what he had to do. Wayne Evans is in the house. Salute. And here we go. We're off. I don't know what to expect from this fight. This fight could go a multitude of different ways, and we will see how it unfolds. Keyshawn looks jacked. Obviously, he'd been off the weed leading into this fight. We'll see if that improves him. Round 1. Here we go. Pedraza said he's going to be very offensive for this fight and throw a lot of punches. That might be a negative, because that's what he did when he faced Tank Davis, and we saw what happened to him there. Being so aggressive, he just allowed Tank Davis more opportunities to get him out. Keyshawn establishing that jab to the body. I think this is definitely going to be a battle of the jabs to determine how the fight unfolds. If I can remember correctly, I think Pedraza has a half an inch reach advantage over Keyshawn. So if he can really establish his jab, that would be big. Nice little right hand, good combination from Keyshawn. Good body shots from Pedraza on the inside. Oh, nice little uppercut in the inside from Keyshawn. Nice right hand by Pedraza. Both of these guys are not coming out tentative at all. They're both trying to establish their offense quick, and that's great to see. No feel out round. Good little uppercut in the inside from Pedraza. I know that Pedraza was saying that he's going to try to rough Keyshawn up a little bit, but it looks like it's going the opposite way. Keyshawn is being the one that is being very physical on the inside. Pedraza is doing very well to get on the inside. Sliding, movement, short punches. Nice right hand from Pedraza. Round one is done. What do you guys think? It's a close round. Both guys did a lot of good work. Keyshawn going to catch him. Sean, one of the few channels that actually knows how to call the fights. Going to keep my eye on both energy levels. Pedraza moving down, and Davis quit smoking the good stuff. You got a delay. I got a delay? Really? Love the new channel, bro. Which fight are you most excited about in 2024? So far, I have to say Bivol versus Better BF for undisputed light heavyweight title. That fight I'm looking forward to. But obviously, all the Newies fights and any other big fights that get announced. So what did you guys think? Who won round one? Here we go, round two. Keyshawn hooking off the jab. Oh, good little combination from Keyshawn Davis, catching Pedraza coming inside. Hucker Mustang is in the house. Oh, nice punch by Pedraza. Big right hand to the temple. Pedraza does a lot of slick stuff, a lot of veteran stuff in the inside, right? Not moving his feet, but moving his angle. Headbutt. The way things are unfolding, I wouldn't be surprised to see Keyshawn Davis catch Petraza with a big hook coming on the inside. Petraza is moving his head trying to come in, but I think he needs to use his punches a little more to slide in. Just short punches, touching him. He definitely wants to get in the inside, and Keyshawn is tying him up and not really letting him do much inside and just trying to catch him like that, catching him coming in. Good body shot from Keyshawn. Good jab to the stomach. I think that's probably the most underrated punch in boxing. Very effective. This round, Keyshawn Davis is definitely stamping his authority, being far more effective than the first round. Obviously, getting used to Petraza's timing. Nice right hand from Keyshawn. Round 2 is done. That's definitely a Keyshawn Davis round. Yeah, Petraza coming forward a lot. Round 2 is over. Yeah, I mean, when I made my prediction about that fight, I said one of the good things about Petraza is that he's able to change the style of the way he fights. I think he's going to have to change it up a bit now and maybe just jab from the outside, try to control the distance, not like extensively, but just to give a different look and try to force Keyshawn to become more aggressive and maybe walk into something. And then he can potentially go back to what he's doing now. But otherwise, it's becoming a little too predictable, right? Slide, come on in. Keyshawn holding him on the inside, trying to catch him coming in. But you can see why this is a great opponent for Keyshawn Davis. He's a veteran, round 3, with a lot of experience, who's been in with elite fighters. Keyshawn uses a lot of subtle movement, right? He's off the line. Nice uppercut in the inside by Keyshawn Davis. Good combination. He doesn't look like he's moving a lot, but every time Petraza gets set to throw punches, he's moved his angle. He's off the line. Good right hand from Keyshawn. Oh, Keyshawn is opening up on him. Open him up. Petraza, what are you going to do? Nice body shot. Good hook to the body. Nice head. Oh. Keyshawn Davis is starting to make a huge statement. I don't know if this fight will go past 3 rounds. This would be unbelievable. Petraza's coming back. Yeah, you can't just let him open up on you, buddy. We know what the haters are going to say, because for some reason, Keyshawn Davis has a lot of hate within the YouTube community. Obviously, his connection to Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. But a lot of the haters are going to say, Petraza shot. But Petraza fought way better than this at 140 versus Barboza, against Ramirez, against Zepeda, against Comey. And there we're talking about world champions and top contenders. Now Petraza is at least letting his hands go a little more. Oh, nice combination from Keyshawn. He's putting in a lot of body work. Nice hook from Petraza. Yeah, a lot more loading up from Keyshawn than he was the first round or 2. But I think that's important, right? You just want to get your timing down, and then you can start sitting down on your shots. Nice right hand from Pedraza. Keyshawn shakes it off. A lot of little subtle body work from Keyshawn. That was a dominant round by Keyshawn Davis. Dominant. We'll see what happens moving forward. Pedraza also did well against Loma. He did well, yeah, but that was years and years and years ago, right? I'm talking about obviously more current events than old fights. Obviously, his last fight was against Pedraza, and the fight prior to that was Coleman, which ended up as a draw. I thought Pedraza won that fight, but it was a draw. I think that was Coleman's first fight at 140 pounds. And then obviously Barboza is a very different kind of fighter than Keyshawn Davis. Tall, long, likes to control the distance behind a jab. Not much power, but a guy that's very good at distance control and outboxing. Roy Dixon is in the house. Actually, Hawker Mustang was teasing yesterday, talking about how you're never on my lives. And here you are. Oh, come on. It's too early to worry about that. Let's get going. He's fine. It's not even bleeding. Round 4. We'll see if Keyshawn Davis is able to continue doing what he was doing just now or in the third round. See, I think Pedraza is doing a lot of what he did against Tank Davis, and I don't know how successful that is for him because he's not the hardest puncher. So trying to pressure and use volume, I can see what they're trying to do. They figure if they're throwing a lot of punches, it makes you become more defensive. But that's only if you feel threatened by his punches. And I don't think Keyshawn Davis is feeling very threatened. He's able to hold him in the inside, throw with him, able to move side to side and change his range and distance, landing good combinations and a good jab. I think Pedraza is just making it too easy for him. Good combination from Keyshawn. I had somebody yesterday say that Keyshawn Davis is a weight bully. You tell me, does he look bigger than Pedraza? Somebody said he's like 160 pounds. I'm like, come on, dude, man. Look at his shoulders. He's really muscular now. He doesn't have the frame to put on a lot of weight, right? He's a pretty small across the shoulders type of guy. Pedraza is like wider across the shoulders than he is. Nice right hand from Pedraza. Nice jabs, nice jabs, nice jabs from Keyshawn. Circling him, hitting him. Keyshawn just walking him into stuff, right? Good body work. Yeah. I'm going to keep doing it. He put his head down. I'm going to jump on his neck. That's boxing 101. It just doesn't look like Pedraza is much of a threat. Like, look, he just hold him off with one hand on the head. Ref, just get the fuck out, man. Get out. Teo Ortiz, who you got? Teo by TKO inside 8 rounds. But I do think Ortiz is a game opponent who could totally surprise us. Round 4 is done. Definitely a Keyshawn Davis round. At this point, he's already asserted his dominance. And even physically what he's doing, which the ref is crying about, getting on his head and bullying him on the inside. You know, Pedraza doesn't need to let himself get in that position. He's putting himself in that position. Keyshawn Davis is doing what everybody does. You get in the inside and you get low. Someone's going to get on your head, push you down, tire you out. That's normal. I mean, in amateur boxing, if you do that, the ref gives you as much punishment as the guy on your head, saying, keep your fucking head up. And that's the problem with some of these pro refs. They're fucking shit. Because the reality is, if he didn't put his head down low, nobody would get in his neck. Ortiz by decision. I got it. Yeah, you just hate fucking Lopez. That's all. Salute Sean. Petraza is washed up. Well, Nick, don't say washed up, because his last two fights, he fought good competition. Ex-world champion Comey to a draw, and then Arnold Barboza, who he got beat by. But Barboza didn't look this good, I didn't think, against him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to go back and watch that fight. But Barboza is also a much bigger guy than Davis. I was talking to some people yesterday, and they were predicting that Davis would get the TKO and that Lopez would win by decision. I sort of felt it would be the opposite way. But the way things are going in this fight, I would not be surprised if Davis got the stoppage. And that would be a huge statement. Round 5. I think a lot of that body work that Davis is putting in is going to be big moving forward. I was just watching somebody the other day, and my one criticism was they just don't go to the body. And as a good fighter, I think you can't do that. Good jab to the body, good combination, getting on his head. Good right hand from Petraza. That's probably the most effective punch Petraza had, has been that sort of a wide right hand. Petraza's trying to hunt him down, but the problem is when he gets him in the corner, he doesn't let his hands go. And he's not throwing anything that seems violent enough to make Keyshawn even worry about it. Nice uppercut from Keyshawn Davis in the inside. Nice uppercut again. That shot's there for him. I think Petraza is trying to keep the pace really high, thinking maybe he can tire him down by the second half of the fight. Tio always got an angle going. Look at that lazy bitch. I heard people were upset today that ESPN showed that Lopez was undefeated. It's funny that people only talk about things ESPN does, but they ignored everything that the PBC has done similarly. But, Tio hand wraps, looks suspicious. Oh my God. Lopez has a break on him. A beak? Yeah. As a boxer, right? You're never going to have a good looking nose. He said he's going to destroy Ortiz in 4 rounds. We'll see if that happens. Here we go, round 6. 123 punches landed to 45. Almost the same amount of punches thrown. I like Keyshawn's shorts. Nice shots from Keyshawn. Nice jab to the body. Oh, those shots are starting to mark Pedraza up now and have an impact. I think you could drop him this round. Put your fucking foot to the pedal. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Come on, ref. That is a terrible fucking stoppage. I wanted Keyshawn to get the stoppage, but come on, man. You can't. That shit. You take away something from Keyshawn's performance by fucking stopping the fight like that. I mean, you got to let him do what fucking Abdullah Mason did. You got to let him get that ESPN moment, that highlight. That shit was terrible. Terrible. But what a fucking performance from Keyshawn Davis. That's what people were saying, right? You know, when you step up your level of competition, sometimes this is when you perform bigger and better. And with his personality, his smile, potentially he is a star in boxing. I mean, a lot of guys talk a lot. They're not really approachable. He's approachable, right? He's a likable guy, even though he does have a lot of, blah, 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 back and forth on social media. At the same time, when you listen to him talk, you can sort of relate to him a lot more than some other guys. I think Keyshawn going to stop him. Correction. Stopped him. Damon, either way, should be a great fight. Will Keyshawn a lot of praise for this fight? He should get a lot of praise because this is his 10th professional fight. He took on a two-weight world champion. You can say that Pedraza is past his best all you want, but the reality is at 10 fights, this is what you're supposed to do. Take on veteran fighters, world champions, and fucking look the best you've looked. You look at a guy like Andrade. Andrade never fought a guy like this. And that was a criticism people had towards him. Because how good are you when you've literally never fought a fucking experienced fighter, an ex-world champion, right? How much praise can people really give you if that's the circumstance? Which is one reason why people never really rocked with fucking Andrade, right? But here you are. He did what he had to do. Great performance. Congratulations for Keyshawn Davis. Loma would beat the brakes off of Keyshawn. Pedraza ain't got nothing left. Keyshawn surpassed Andrade. He actually beat a champion. Exactly. Well, I think Lomachenko against Keyshawn, fine. You could say Loma's going to beat him. I think Loma would too. But Lomachenko's an experienced veteran fighter. Keyshawn Davis is still... Oh, what's going on? Is still just a guy with 10 professional fights, right? 10 professional fights. This is a great graphic, from ESPN. And this is ESPN putting this on. It's funny that even ESPN is promoting Lopez, with this roller coaster sort of career where he has super highs and super lows. What's going on? This is the problem with fucking living in Taiwan. Trying to get a fucking video feed. Thank God I didn't miss anything from the Keyshawn Davis fight. Come on, motherfucker. I'm going to kill a motherfucker. Okay, so where are we? Petraza ain't got nothing left. Yes, now they'll say Loma ducking him. Well, that's inevitable. That's inevitable, right? We already know that according to the IBF, Lomachenko is fighting Kambosos in Australia, and then he's going to have to be taking on the winner of Zepeda versus whoever Zepeda's facing. I can't remember who it is. Probably going to be Zepeda. And Zepeda Lomachenko, that's a great fight. It's a fight that really most people would say, does Lomachenko even need to do that? Zepeda is going to be a tough, tough fight. Yet what does he bring?
USBA and WBO Intercontinental Champion, Keyshawn, the businessman, Davis.
Keyshawn Davis, tremendous performance with the TKO victory. Let's go up to the ring to Bernardo.
Keyshawn, this was supposed to be your step-up fight against an experienced fighter. What did you think of your performance tonight against Jose Pedraza?
First, I'd like to thank God, my Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. He took my addiction away from marijuana, and I came back stronger than ever. Thank you, Jesus. And I'd like to give a big, big thank you
Jesus.
to my mother, Wanda Davis. In front of everybody right now, I want to let everybody know she was with me throughout the whole training camp, there with me in sparring, telling me what I need to do, and I just want to give her flowers in front of everybody.
That's what good sons do. Valentine's Day month. You know what? Talk to me about how you were able to break down a fighter whose losses have come only against the best in several weight classes.
Throughout this whole training camp, I've been saying I'm the best at 135, and everybody kept saying, Keyshawn, you got to get a stoppage. You got to get a knockout. And I kept telling everybody, don't worry about it. Just watch me work. And that's exactly what happened. I got the stoppage. Thank you, Jesus.
Physically, you looked a lot better in here, and now this sets
That's
up
what he had to do for sure.
top 10
That was the performance needed.
What do you want next?
Teofimo been doing a lot of talking lately, so hey, I go up to 140 and fight Teofimo. What's up? Get this win tonight. Teofimo, you already know how I'm coming. You and your father. So let's set it up. Let's set it up. I'll come straight to 140. I'll come straight to 140. Let's go. And if you scared Teofimo, Nagarate. Nagarate is a hell of a fighter. Hats off to Nagarate. It'll be an honor.
He's never going to fight Tio next. Come on.
After he captures WBO title, so let's do it.
Gotta love how shy
Navarrete.
The big names in this.
Navarrete is probably the most likely fight for him, right? But even then, he's still going to have something in the meantime, right? It was interesting. Do you see when they were sitting beside each other, Lopez and Keyshawn Davis, and they were talking to each other when Lopez was holding his book. So that's what prompted this outburst today. But yeah, go on. It's cap. Tio, too much for Keyshawn. Navarrete, more realistic. Well, it's the natural progression, right? Like Navarrete is potentially going to become a 4-weight world champion. You beat a guy like him, that's huge flowers to your career and your resume. Now you put yourself right up there with Lomachenko, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. Now you can talk about fights with them, unification fights, right? Now it just becomes natural that you're chasing that kind of smoke. It's kind of like when Tank Davis became a world champion at 130. It was natural for obviously people to look forward to him facing Lomachenko to see who's the best at 130 in unification, right? And it's the same here. If he beats a Navarrete, a guy who isn't going to be as big and giant and hit as hard as he did at lower weight divisions, but yet nonetheless has huge resume and huge accolades under his resume and his belt, it's big. It helps really catapult him and solidify him as one of the top guys in the division. As far as him saying he's the best fighter at the division, well, he spars with Shakur Stevenson, so maybe he knows something we don't know. Maybe, right? Fun fight, Anui versus Keyshawn. Oh, come on. There's a lot of good fights for Keyshawn Davis. Let's not bring fucking Anui's name into it because, come on, let's be realistic. Bringing up Abdullah Mason as a good opponent for him, two in-house opponents would make more sense than fucking a Nui. Kid Austin is the perfect fight for Keyshawn. No, he's not. Keyshawn Davis already fucking solidified himself as a world title contender. Kid Austin hasn't beat anybody legitimate yet. Let the dude fight his next opponent. He's going to be facing Jojo Diaz next as a Golden Boy fight. That's his big Petraza moment, right? If Kid Austin beats Jojo Diaz, then we can have the conversation about that being the perfect fight. But at this point, Keyshawn Davis is not looking backwards. He's looking forwards. Don't run now, Gordo. Why does Tank claim to be a 130 fighter? Who was the last 135 pounder he fought? Rolly Romero? Isaac Cruz? Jackson said Keyshawn stops Haney. Jackson? Who's Jackson? Who's Jackson and what does he have to say? Kid Austin versus Mason. Oh man, come on. Mason is not even close to stepping up to that level yet. He's fucking just had his first 8-rounder today. Literally his first 8-rounder in his 12th professional fight. He fought a guy who's garbage. Let's just be honest. He hasn't faced a guy who's a top 50 fighter yet. Top 50. So we can slow our roll as well as far as Ray Jackson. Oh, goddamn. That dude. Who fucking listens to anything that fucking guy has to say? He says stuff just to say stuff, right? It's very seldom he says something that I can agree with. You know, probably less than 10% of the things he says. Did you hear about Ryan Garcia wanting to fight Inui at 140? I did hear him say that. Yeah, I mean, that just shows you how much some of these guys cap. Because Ryan Garcia got a lot of big-name opponents for him at 140 pounds. He don't even need to mention fucking Inui's name. But people are going to hate on Inui. Yet, Inui's not mentioning Ryan Garcia. He's not talking about going to 140. Ryan Garcia said, when he moves up, like Manny Pacquiao, that would be a huge fight. Jesus Christ, man. What would that be? His 9th weight division by the time he gets to 140? It's like, Jesus, let's get real. Of course, for Ryan Garcia, he would love it. It would be a huge opportunity, and he's facing a fucking dude that's way smaller than him. Yes, I do. I know best. It's true. I'm glad you agree. Inui would break her jaw. No, Inui wouldn't fucking beat Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a huge motherfucker. It's unrealistic to put Inui in with a guy so much bigger. There's a reason there's weight classes. It's like saying Crawford is going to break Canelo's jaw. And I'm sort of pro Crawford. I think Crawford could beat Canelo, right? I don't know if he will, but I can see how he could beat Crawford. That's why if the fight gets made, I'm not so opposed to it. I think what a statement that would be if Crawford beat Canelo. Jesus fucking Christ, right? You become a 3-weight undisputed champion and jump up 2 weight divisions to do that for your 3rd title. That shit would be monumental. But at the same time, I don't say that Crawford needs to fight fucking Canelo because he doesn't. I prefer if he fought Tim Tszyu, especially with Tim Tszyu facing Keith Thurman next. Then Crawford next would be a big fight because that Tim Tszyu victory, especially if Tim Tszyu beats Thurman the way Keyshawn Davis just beat Petraza, that would just elevate a Bud Crawford Tim Tszyu fight into a huge pay-per-view. But here we go. The man, the myth, the legend. He don't look like he's ready for it. I don't know. He talking the talk, but I don't know if he really even fucking believes it, truthfully. Even though he looks good in training. I saw the breakdown video on YouTube from ESPN, and he looks good. Looks like he's prepared. Only joking, bro. I know Inui is way too small to be fighting above 126. Way too small. I mean, 126, his 5th division, is fair. And obviously, there's a lot of smoke at that division. 130, calm down. His 5th weight division would put him in elite level of fighters. A Nui protection team is here, Sean. Do you have your warrant for coming in as a Nui's Lord and Savior? Damon Wester, stop. Because if you fucking are even contemplating a guy going up to a 7th, 8th division, so another guy could fucking use that to cap, then what's your fucking issue? Like, really? There's no team Anui fucking protection plan. Anui can do whatever the fuck he wants. But people that are using his name to build their brands, it's like, get real, man. Like, you're building up your name brand in America by using Anui, who fucking all these American YouTubers don't even give credit to. So you're saying the wrong name. You should just do what everyone else does and call out Bud Crawford. That would make more sense. Do what Lopez is doing. Lopez ain't calling out Anui. Didn't they fight as kids? Who? I want to see Bud versus Canelo. If he believes it, I support him. Yeah, that's the way I feel. If Crawford believes that that's really a fight that he can win and not just looking for a money payday, then I'm down with it. Whatever, like I said with Anui, whatever these guys want to do, I'm cool with it. It's not a fight I expect. I'm not asking for it. Crawford does not need to go up to 168 to fight Canelo. Not at all. Just like I'm not asking Tank Davis to go to 140. If he does, that's great, but I'm not asking him to do that. I don't ask anybody to put themselves in a position where they don't feel confident. Tio and Ortiz as kids. Yeah, they did fight in the amateurs. I will only accept Crawford Canelo if Canelo beats Benavidez first. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can get down with that. That makes a lot of sense. But the reality is, I still stand by what I said before. We don't know what the PBC is offering Canelo Alvarez. People act as if Al Haymon and the PBC are offering Benavidez, but they might not. I talked about this already. The PBC stable is fucking done. They're living on fucking relics, remnants from the past. Who is the future of the PBC? You got Benavidez, you got Tank Davis. Then who do you got? Like, literally, people, tell me in the comment section below. Outside of Tank Davis and David Benavidez, who does the PBC have to build into superstars? I'm waiting. Leave in the comment section below, because I think they fucking got nothing. And how are you going to build up big fights, pay-per-views, if you don't have any name fucking fighters to use? So I think what they're doing is just cashing out on the opponents they have right now. I will... Andrade, now you're just joking. Exactly my point. They don't got anybody. Literally. Maybe I'm missing somebody. That's why I ask you guys. Leave it in the comment section below. I don't want to disrespect the PBC. Maybe there's people that I just can't remember off the top of my head. But just when I think, there's Tank Davis and David Benavidez. Outside of that, in the heavyweight division, what? Andy fucking Ruiz? Okay, there you go. Cruiserweight, nobody. Light heavyweight, nobody. 168, Benavidez. 160, Adames? Adames is not a pay-per-view superstar prospect. 154, that division's done. Right, done. Tim Tszyu, okay, Tim Tszyu. So there's your third fighter. Tim Tszyu, Benavidez, Tank Davis. Right now, Boots Ennis is not a PBC fighter. If he signs with the PBC, then okay, then you have Boots Ennis as well. So that's not bad. At 140, nobody. 135, I just said Tank. 130, nobody. 126, what? Brandon Figueroa? So there's your fucking whole group. The PBC has been loved by YouTube American broadcasters because they're supporting Black American fighters. Yet I just listed all the best up-and-coming potential guys you could do pay-per-views with. And literally the only one that I listed was Boots and Tank. The other three are non-Black fighters, right? So even PBC fanboy is going to be in their feelings because they don't have anybody that represents them outside of two fighters. And Tank is 30 years old and has proven that he's not willing to fucking do anything. Yeah, like I said, but Boots is not PBC. He's got to sign a contract. What do you think about Carmel Moten? Okay, yeah, Carmel Moten, but that kid obviously is a long way away, right? I mean, he's just a kid, 17 years old or something, So it's going to be 5 years before really he's really relevant and potentially a guy you could do pay-per-views with. But yeah, okay, there's one young guy they can potentially use in the future. A new version of Tank Davis. Tank Davis leaves, Moten comes in. You sign Boots, you got Boots. Then you got Benavidez and Tim Zhu, and that's it. Literally, that's it. So, I don't hold much hope for fucking the PBC moving forward unless they can steal more of Golden Boy's prospects like they did when they first started. Like even Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias is no longer a PBC fighter. He literally just signed with Matchroom. So he's on the other side of the street in line with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and now Subriel Matias. Those three killers at 140 pounds under Matchroom. So, Matchroom got a lot of fighters there already. I'm really curious to see if Lopez is going to be able to destroy this guy. Oh, yeah, there they are as kids. But yeah. Lopez versus Ortiz, WBO Junior Welterweight Championship, Top Rank ESPN. Then obviously Crawford, he's not going to be around much longer. He already talked about potentially he may be retiring pretty soon, which would be disappointing, right? At this point right now, it would be Crawford retiring kind of like when Andre Ward beat Kovalev. It would be like, but now's the time, dude. Now's the time to really cash out, make big fights, and really sort of solidify your legacy. Not like Andre Ward retiring because he's undefeated. I mean, okay, so you retired undefeated, but you left shitloads of cash on the table and potentially great fights that boxing fans would have enjoyed. So hopefully Bud Crawford doesn't do that. Oh, Dr. Pepper, zero sugar. It's going to be another 20 years before that's in Taiwan. So what's your prediction on Ortiz Lopez? We saw one person that said they think Ortiz is going to win. Anybody else an Ortiz fan? Anyone else think Ortiz can do it? As I said, I have Lopez by 8th round TKO. And I had Keyshawn Davis by unanimous decision. So maybe I got my predictions completely fucking turned around. Maybe it's going to be completely opposite. But we will see. I'm hoping, like Keyshawn Davis, that Lopez makes a huge statement. And then we can get a fight with him and Ryan Garcia later on this year, which would be huge. Or we're talking about Bud Crawford, Lopez versus Bud Crawford. I mean, that fight would be dynamite. Lopez already fought the best fighter at 135 in Lomachenko. Then he fought the best fighter at 140 pounds in Taylor. He should be an undisputed champion at 135 and 140. Now to go up and fight Crawford at 147, realistically, he should be, if he was able to beat Crawford, a 3-weight undisputed champion and beating the 3 best fighters in the division at the time. So that shit would be dynamite. Dynamite. I would love to see Lopez Crawford, to be honest. That fight would be great. And as far as a lot of the negativity that Lopez gets, you can't be critical. I know people think now he's just capping and he's not really that interested in really fighting Crawford, but he's interested in big fights. Crawford, him, is a huge pay-per-view fight. If he was to beat Crawford, that dude's legacy would be fucking cemented. cemented. And if he loses, it's kind of like Fernando Vargas getting beat by Tito Trinidad or De La Hoya, right? You win in losing. You know, your legacy is not ruined because you got beat by a legend. What's up with Tio and Crawford? I don't know what's up. All I know is Tio has been very adamant about calling Crawford out and saying that he's super serious. And even Bob Arum came out today or yesterday saying that Lopez really wants to do that fight. Obviously, the one negative regarding that is Bud Crawford going to be interested in working with Bob Arum at Top Rank, right? That could be something that makes him sort of reject the possibility of that. But that also might be the kind of fight big enough that the Saudis might actually want to fund it and put it on in Saudi Arabia. Bud Crawford, Tio Lopez in Saudi Arabia, huge. But we will see. I would not be upset about that fight. And then if Crawford does beat Tio, then go fight Tim Tszyu to become a 4-weight world champion. That shit would be dynamite. I know a lot of Crawford fans or haters, want to see him fight Boots Ennis. And don't get me wrong, I think that's a great fight. I would love to see Crawford versus Boots. But realistically, you can understand why that fight is not a fight of interest. It's a step backwards. It's like Shakur going to fight fucking Floyd Schofield. At this point, why would you do that? There's fights forward. Why are you going to go backwards? It would be one thing if there was no opponents available to you that you could fight for big money fights, but there is. I got Tio in the 6th round TKO. Jag says Lopez by UD. 8 rounds to 4 says Ortiz wins 8 rounds to 4. Sean Newton Boxing says Tio by 8-round TKO. We will see. Here we go. We're getting underway. Lopez 19-1, 13 KOs. Jermaine Ortiz 17-1-1, 8 KOs. Obviously having a very competitive fight not that long ago with Lomachenko. A fight some people felt that Ortiz won, but now they dismiss him as an opponent for Lopez. I don't understand that mentality. We're going to act like Abraham Nova is a great opponent for Oshaki Foster, but act like Ortiz is a shit opponent for Tio. People are fucking mental, man. A lot of dudes are just haters and race baiters, like Ray Jackson. Here we go. The big entrance is here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Lopez talking that shit about Puerto Rico, eh? He's trying to be like Bud Crawford, like B-Hop. He said, Puerto Ricans are garbage. They're easy to beat. Puerto Ricans are garbage. If I was Shakur Stevenson, I would take that as a fucking challenge and jump my ass up to 140 to fucking beat Tio's ass.
And Puerto Rican musical artist sensation Darrell bringing him out.
Boom, 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 bum. Boom, 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 bum.
A 7-1 underdog. And when we
7-1. I wonder how Ortiz is feeling. This is definitely a big event. Obviously, the event with him and Lomachenko was big as well, but there was no expectation for him in that fight. He was just a bounce-back opponent. For this one, people are giving him a little more attention, a little more credit, thinking that the upset could be possible. A lot of people have been calling for the upset. And as I said yesterday, the problem with Lopez is the roller coaster. He's up, he's down. He's up, he's down. So people would not be surprised at all if he's down in this fight. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. You got to fight the fights. And that's always what we say, right? You got to fight the fights. Talk is cheap. You can speculate, you can say this, you can say that, but when it comes down to it, the fight's got to happen. Lopez. He's going to have a big entrance.
And he turned to Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum recently and said, Bob, boxing hasn't had one of the over-the-top ring entrances since Fury Wilder in Vegas, and he wants to bring one back. So here's what he's put together, the showman, Teofimo Lopez.
Fucking Tio. Oh my God.
Well, there's the first.
Damn.
To bring out a world champion.
Fucking Christ. Damn.
You think he's having fun with it?
Look at the young man.
And he turned to us yesterday. He said, I am that man. That man. The next great one in the sport to entertain everybody. And he has throughout his career. From becoming the
I hope he is. I hope he is that one. I hope he is the guy that's going to fucking entertain and bring that zest to boxing and really help build it up. And then potentially him and Crawford would be fucking dynamite. I got goosebumps. It's a great entrance. I'm hyped. Hyped. A lot of people talk shit on DAZN, but now they all doing big entrances like Canelo. Circus boxing. I think it's corny. Come on, David. It was good. It went with the whole poster. You know, there was thought put into it. I think Fury's ring walk was gay and fucking cringeworthy, but this one was cool. Best ring walk of the decade. Yeah, I think it was good. Come on, what a clown. Damon, you just a hater, dude. You a hater. I bet if this was a Lomachenko fucking Lopez entrance, you would be all over it, right? Because you were hoping he was going to beat Lomachenko, but now he's a clown. Come on, man. That was a great entrance. Now, the hard part comes. Living up to it. You can make a great entrance, but if you fucking drop the ball now, that's all anyone's going to remember, right? They're not going to remember the entrance. It's corny if the entrance is big, but the boxing is lackluster. Exactly, Jag. Exactly. Exactly. He got to come out now like fucking Prince Nassim and fucking use dynamite in his gloves, fucking destroy this dude, and then fucking backflip his way out of the ring and fucking all will be done. And at that point, people will be like, bring on fucking Ryan Garcia, bring on fucking Devin Haney, bring on Bud Crawford, bring on everyone, right? And that's great for boxing. Like, what's the problem? I don't understand. The ring master. Like if this was fucking Devin Haney that did that entrance, Damon Wester would have fucking lost himself, shot his load in the floor, right? Who trash talks like Tio or Ortiz? I'm not sure. I know the poster came before the throwing down of Puerto Rico, but the poster ripping, that shit, that's corny. I mean, what does that fucking mean? Okay, you ripped a poster. Congratulations. It's like when dudes would put the face of the dude on the heavy bag. That shit is fucking Muhammad Ali era fucking stuff, man. That shit ain't interesting. I see a dude punching the face in the bag, I think, yeah, okay. So you stole something that's been fucking old for fucking 45 years. Congratulations. Try something new.
The red corner, presented in association with Takeover Promotion.
I do think his dad's
With
corny,
his
though.
head trainer,
But I think Haney's dad's
Lopez
corny,
Sr.
too.
He weighed in at 139.
Only 26 years of age, man. 26. 4 years younger than fucking Tank Davis.
His record, 19 victories with 1 defeat. 13 of those victories coming by way of knockout.
20-1, 14
He is the
KOs.
2016 Olympian, a lineal world champion in 2 weight classes. One of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. He is the former undisputed WBA, IBF, WBO, WBC franchise, and Ring Magazine lightweight world champion. He is one of boxing's greatest showmen. He is the reigning and defending WBO.
He's very crazy, that's for sure.
Junior welterweight champion of the world. From Brooklyn, New York, and representing proudly his Honduran heritage. He is the Takeover, Tivimo Lopez.
You know, I love fucking when the fight starts, man. This is what it's all about. All the cap, all the hate on YouTube from fucking racist, biased fucking channels. This is what you want. May the best man win. Right now, you're going to see if the dude's mental, full of shit, garbage, overrated, or a star. We will see right now in the flesh. Lopez swells and cuts so easily, so we shall see. You know, Tio Sr. is coked up right now. Dude's always coked up, eh? Excited for this one. I would not be surprised if this fight ends very similar to the Comey fight. But I would not be surprised if Ortiz wins either. You will see. See if Ortiz is going to come out. Look at Ortiz. He's fucking jacked. Here we go. Round 1. Ortiz looks tentative. He definitely does not want to bring the heat into range. Trying to get Lopez to pressure him, which isn't really his strength. Lopez, like Tank, is more of a counterpuncher. Counter hook from Lopez. Ortiz is very tentative, man. That's not a good sign. It's a party next door. Chinese New Year. Oh, there you go, Ortiz. Finally settling down and throwing a hard punch. Ortiz trying to catch and counter. Big counter right from Lopez. You can see Ortiz definitely has a game plan, and he does not want to veer off of that. I think I like Teo because he reminds me of Bruce Lee. Obviously, he was impacted by the Kung Fu movies as a kid. I like that. I dig it. I dig it. Undisputed. It ain't undisputed. He was undisputed. The only cap is people that want to ignore the politics of the reason why he wasn't. He beat Lomachenko, the WBC champion. Haney was nothing. Nothing. That's just the truth. Lopez swells and cuts easy. Yeah. So round one, a bit of a stinker. Obviously, Ortiz doesn't want to fucking commit, right? So at this point, not much happened. Haney he didn't have the real belt. See, now you just see people like you love to fucking cap. The reality is Suleiman told you. Suleiman, the president of the WBC, told you. And you fucking want to ignore it to push a fucking narrative, right? Suleiman told you. He's the one that created this drama, and he's the one that should be held accountable, not Lopez. Oh, there you go. Ortiz standing, throwing a combo. Good punch. Good body shot from Teo. Ortiz got a little bit of that jackrabbit in him. Good counter jab from Ortiz. You can see what he wants to do. He wants to frustrate Lopez and get him to jump in and capitalize on him being frustrated. Kind of like Kambosos did. That's why they talk about styles make fights. Stylistically, this potentially could be a dud. You got to throw on the inside. Inside is where you should dominate, Lopez. Fast hands, short arms, power. Good body shot. Keep hitting him in that gut. Nice counter right hand from Ortiz. That's the problem with Lopez. He can just stand there sometimes and just watch. Good body shot from Ortiz. I'll give Ortiz that round. Still consider Bud undisputed even though he was stripped? Yes, I do. Stripped. Bullshit. Fucking the IBF. All those sanctioning bodies, they're the ones that create this problem. And the fact that us boxing fans allow them to do it, that's the fucking problem. I mean, I understand why some YouTube channels want to do it because they want fucking controversy to make money off of YouTube. But for the rest of us, we should fucking call it the way it is. Be honest and fucking. Bud Crawford did not lose, so he is the undisputed champion. Taylor did not lose. He was stripped by fucking sanctioning bodies that get paid off by the PBC who wanted to put PBC fighters into positions of fucking world titles. Right? It's all fucking bullshit. We all know it. Jag, facts, Crawford did it the right way and collected all the belts. Yeah, so did Lopez. He beat fucking Lomachenko, who fucking had the WBC title. Round 3. I get it. You don't like Lopez. You're picking him to lose the fight, and you don't want to give him credit for what he did. But he did it. You don't have to like somebody. I don't like Floyd, but I still have to give him credit for fucking everything he did. What do you want? Calm down. Calm down. Now Lopez trying to get Ortiz to follow and chase him. I don't know if that's going to work. No, Mr. Newton. The dream had the WBC give him the credit, but he wasn't undisputed. No. Lomachenko won the WBC title and then was elevated to franchise champion, where the president of the sanctioning body specifically said that it would be for undisputed Lomachenko versus Lopez. Unfortunately, him creating a title like that didn't have the other sanctioning bodies agree with him. So the politics of boxing is the only thing that stopped that fight from being undisputed. Haney did not fucking deserve to be a title champion. He did not beat anyone. He did not win a title. He was given a title. And if you listen to Suleiman, he didn't even fucking try to get the fight with Lomachenko, according to the president of the fucking WBC. What happened? Am I still on air? motherfucker. Now I have sound. You just missed my rant where I berated you. I look angry because you're fucking talking out your ass. You don't want to give a guy fucking credit. Oh my God. So I push on my volume here, and then it turns my volume off there. Hi, can you hear me? This is a problem. My stupid fucking earphones go to my computer, which stops my computer, stops my sound here. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill a motherfucker. Okay. So, better. So 8 rounds to 4. You're just a hater, and you're gonna perpetuate a myth, and that's what you're pushing. Lopez couldn't have fought Haney because he had a mandatory with fucking Kambosos. That mandatory was set before he even faced Lomachenko. But let's get to the fight. Lopez is starting to get to Ortiz, so we don't want to miss the big excitement. Oh, Ortiz is doing good. Always knew that he has a potential banana skin. But all the movement, it's not going to fucking endear him to boxing fans. Not at all. Nobody likes a jackrabbit. And now Lopez is doing the same thing. I can do it too. See, you doing that, Lopez, and just giving him the round. Especially if you're not going to fucking land anything effective. So far, the best thing that Lopez has done was the entrance. By and far, Kambosos whooped Teo out of the division. Yeah, he did. What does that have to do with fucking Devin Haney and sanctioning bodies fucking up him being undisputed? Right? Kambosos should have been undisputed too. Right? That's just the fairness. Being honest across the board. But we see, every statement you make just exposes you as a hater. It doesn't expose you as a legitimate boxing fan. You just like some people and you don't like other people. You don't like Lomachenko, hence your name. You don't like fucking Lopez. You're a Haney fanboy. That's what you are. And that's fine that you like Devin Haney. But if that's the case, you probably should watch fucking LDBC channel and not mine. Because they're fucking total dick riders of Devin Haney. According to them, he's a fucking pound for pound superstar face of boxing. And I don't know about that. His performance against Prograis was fucking sublime. But then once again, Lopez's performance against Taylor was sublime as well. Here we go, round 6. Lopez, you better do something because I got you winning by 8-round TKO, and that's only 3 rounds to go. And so far, you're leaving a lot to be fucking... See, even that shot, you didn't turn your punch over. You just slapped him. But here we go, round 5. Sorry, round 5. I missed one. Ortiz 3 rounds, Lopez 1, according to Mark Kriegel. I kind of think the first round could have been a Lopez round as well. I sort of felt more obliged to give Ortiz the second round. Ortiz just moving a lot. See, this is the problem with some YouTube channels. They will act like a guy doing this is somehow entertaining. Sure, you can win the fight, and you deserve credit for winning the fight, whatever way you do. But you're not going to be a fan fucking favorite when you fight like this. Right? Like this fight, all the intrigue and excitement that was leading into it was pulled right out once Ortiz showed that he was more interested in moving and not really fucking being aggressive. He's not being nearly as aggressive as he was against Lomachenko. Oh, Lopez. You miss him by a mile, buddy. Oh, holding and moving, holding and moving. You got to catch him with a hook when he tries to exit. And right now, let your hands go. Why are you pulling right out? Combination. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like watching fucking Erzlandi Lara. This was talked about in the build-up. The fact that Ortiz can win this fight just because of volume. And so far, that's what he's doing. He ain't doing anything interesting. He ain't really landing anything that fucking successful. But he's just more active, landing more punches, throwing more punches. After 5 rounds, this fight is disappointing. Why did I stay up for this? I know how you feel. It was the anticipation, right? We still might get a sensational knockout. But if the fight goes 12 rounds like this, yeah, it's going to be... And of course, people will hate on Tio for this, but you know, you can only fight the guy in front of you. And somebody's got a specific fucking game plan to not engage and to move and try to just capitalize on you being too aggressive. And once you get inside, holding you. This is primarily why he didn't want to fight Barboza, because this was how Barboza was going to fight him. But Ortiz is doing the same fucking thing. It would have been better to fight Ryan Garcia. That would have been a huge fight and stylistically much better. Oh, Jesus. All I can say is Bob Arum won't be very happy if Ortiz ends up winning this. Because how are you going to market this fucking kid? He's going to be like Andrade. They come from the same part of the fucking states and they're both boring as fuck and nobody gives a shit. The takeover is looking like a rookie can't cut off the ring. Well, it's not that he can't cut off the ring, but if a dude's running, man. I hate that cut off the ring thing. It's like, fuck, man. Dude, you're the one making the fight boring as fuck. Just stand in front, fight like that. You can win. You don't need to fucking run circles around the ring. Nobody paid to see a dude run fucking track and field. You got to hit him in the nuts a couple times. Be like Salido against Lomachenko. Problem is, even when he gets in range, he's missing by a fucking mile. And losing the exchange too. If you're gonna fucking want to fight, don't lose the exchange, Tio. Ortiz just wanting to beat you and win a world title. He don't care how he does it. He's not trying to be a fucking star. He's just trying to fucking get the world championship and say, I'm a champ. But no one's going to put you on a pound for pound list, kid. No one's going to pay to see you fucking defend the WBO title. And Tio definitely isn't building up a fight between him and Bud Crawford. Who wants to see Tio versus Crawford now? You know Crawford ain't going to run around the ring like that, but still. Tio's also losing the exchanges. Is this a circus performance? This would be like watching a mime. Exactly. Exactly. Fucking who likes a mime? Only fucking French people. Nobody else likes a fucking mime. Tio, you gotta like double up your jab and then fucking throw combinations, man. Stop fucking acting and just do the basics. That's it. The basics, buddy. The basics. Yeah, you're pissed off and frustrated. That's what he wants you to do. And you're fucking falling into it. As if you thought he was going to stand in front of you and allow you to do good. There, you landed a big punch. Now, you let him jump out. Yeah, jab the body. Jab the body. You got great footwork, fast feet, so work it. There, hit the body. You should have been doing that from fucking round one. What's wrong now? Oh, fuck, headbutt. Ortiz cut. Oh, well. You know what they say, bitches bleed. Keep jabbing and hitting to the body. That's what you do. And then you fucking move your hands up once he's stationary. Hit the body. There you go. Keep hitting that body. There you go. Left over the top. Hit the body. Left over the top. Hit the body. Don't pose. Tio is definitely his worst fucking enemy, right? Definitely his worst enemy. Now you could grab this round, but you're still going to let it fucking go. Yes, hit the body. Why are you holding? Ah, there you go. Nice right hand. Body. Hit the body more. Keep jabbing. Right hands to the body. Jab to the body. Get him to duck. That's when you start landing your big shots. Now you got him. Throw your punches. Not one punch at a time. That's the problem with him. He likes to admire his work too much, right? Like when you watch Keyshawn Davis today, he wasn't fucking landing one shot and then watching it. He was letting his hands fucking go consistently. That's a closer round, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Did Lopez pull it off, or did Ortiz get another one? After 6 rounds, is it 5-1? It's kind of like Lomachenko versus Lopez. All I can say is I only got 2 rounds for my prediction to come true. Oh my God. Terrible. We've been waiting all night for this fight, and so far it's not delivered at all. The entrance was good, but that's about all. Lopez got one of those frustrating styles. You can see potential, but fuck, man. You got to let your hands go. You got to do the basics and just put in the work. You can't always expect fucking great things to happen. It's like Wilder, right? Ended up losing. We knew he was going to end up losing. You can't rely on landing a right hand every single fucking time. Same thing's going to happen to Tank Davis unless he can show that he can adjust and do more. If you're just going to consistently wait around to land one shot, even there, you hit him in the underarm and then hit him in the neck. No clean shots yet. They gave Lopez that round. So what is it? 4-2. Ortiz. Ortiz is starting to become more stationary now. Keep hitting the body. There you go. Big right hand to the body. Keep hitting that body. Yeah, maybe. Even though he had that position before Shakur. And I think he filled the void when he beat Taylor and obviously Lomachenko. Shakur has never been at that level yet. See? Now he's throwing with you and he's winning. You're not even winning the exchanges consistently. Hit the body. I think Lopez's feet are too wide apart a lot of times. But that's what happens when you have your father as a trainer. You're not going to win by fucking styling and profiling. You got to fucking throw punches, dude. Throw punches. Body. Go back to hitting the body. There you go. Ortiz is fast, like a cat. That's why it's hard to obviously do what you want to do with him. He's dangerous. He's no pushover. So, was that round 7 done and dusted? 5-2 or 4-3? What are you guys thinking? What's your prediction on the scorecards? I thought Ortiz bounced back after the cut in the last round. I think I'd have Ortiz up 5-2. Is this pretty much how a Haney versus Lopez fight would go? Pretty much, right? Pretty much. Except I think Devin Haney would be more effective on the outside with his jab. But that's one reason why I don't think anyone was really pushing for a Lopez Haney fight, because they see stylistically that Lopez isn't the right kind of fighter for him. I talked about Matias is a better style matchup for Haney because he's an aggressive pressure fighter, right? But unfortunately, Lopez, that's not him. He's a counterpuncher, right? And losing the exchanges, that ain't fucking gonna help you, buddy. Now he's beating you in the middle of the floor. One fight you can look like a superstar, and the next fight look like fucking garbage. Garbage. That's why I wasn't too negative towards Shakur in his last fight against De Los Santos. That shit happens, man. You can't always look fucking great. But the problem with Lopez, this is exactly what people were saying. He is a fucking roller coaster, man. One fight good, one fight shit. He lose this fight or look shit in it, and then his next opponent he probably look dynamite against. This is round 9. I missed a round. Lopez better fucking pull up his bootstraps, man. Because the way this fight's going, he's going to fucking get beat. Two losses to mediocre opponents like Kambosos and Ortiz, and 2 sensational victories against Lomachenko and Taylor. Right? That's why I compared this guy all the time to fucking Fernando Vargas. But he's kind of the opposite. Fernando Vargas fucking wilted against elite fighters and fucking dominated and destroyed subpar dudes. His range been off all fucking fight. All fight. So round 9 is done. 10, 11, 12. Championship rounds. What are you going to do to be more effective? You got to fucking throw more punches. Be more aggressive. Throw to the body. Because you're losing the fight, kid. And I don't mean to be rude, but does his kid look like he's a little off? Like when I saw him in the ring, he just looks a little off to me. Is that Lopez's sister or his new girlfriend? Round 10. The shit's getting real now. He better win these next 3 rounds, potentially even stop him if he hopes to win. Because that last round he may have fucking lost. Fucking throwing haymakers and missing by a mile. Eight to 4. Your prediction looks like it's going to be fucking dead on. 8 rounds for Ortiz, 4 rounds for Lopez. And the new, too much psychedelics for Tio. Has he been doing psychedelics? He been hanging out with Deontay Wilder? Now you can see why Bob Arum didn't want to pay him fucking the big bucks. No fucking faith. Fingers crossed. Well, it looks that way so far. All I have to say is, do we really want to fucking have Ortiz as a world champion? With that division right now, with the possibility to have Ortiz and fucking Rolly Romero as world champions, fuck, man. That shit's disappointing because nobody could care less about either one of those two fuckers. Maybe they could fight each other. I think that's an easy unification fight for Ortiz. You're just not doing anything, Tio. You can't even fucking win when he stands in front of you. The best punch he landed all day was a headbutt. Andre, the fight is basically over. It looks like Tio is going to fucking lose his title and show that he truly is a fucking human roller coaster once again, with highs so high and lows so low. This has been a fucking poor performance. Great entrance, piss poor performance. Of course, Ortiz in winning has not fucking overwhelmed and won any fans either. This is kind of a similar fight to fucking Haney versus De Los Santos. A fight that I don't know if I've even seen Lopez land a real fucking good shot yet. Yeah, stop dancing. Start throwing. It's not a dance contest, kid. I think you lost that round. 2 rounds to go and you fucking blowing it. Your dad's gonna fucking think, how am I gonna afford my coke habit, kid? Damn, what the fuck? Yeah, Tio gonna get roasted bad by everybody. Fuck, he's gonna get killed. Killed. Right? And a lot of that's brought on by himself, right? You fucking shit all over Puerto Rico. Now Puerto Rico's gonna fucking have the last laugh on you. And you're not even fighting potentially the best Puerto Rican that you could have fought. You capping and talking about how motivated you are and you're the best you've been now that your kid's in your life. But yeah, it ain't showing, man. It ain't showing. Punch got Tio winning 87-84. Of course he does. There's fucking no bigger cap artist towards Tio than Punch Drunk. Like there's no bigger cap artist to fucking tank than knockout fucking boxing. Some dudes are just way too fanboys of fighters. I like Tio. I wanted Tio to win impressively. But you gotta be fucking honest, man. He's fucking not winning at anything. I think if Lopez throws away the next 2 rounds, he's going to win 7-5. And Lopez has shown fucking nothing that makes me feel like he's going to knock fucking Ortiz out. Nothing. I think really if Ortiz fucking just bit down his gum shield and went toe-to-toe with him, he potentially would beat the crap out of Lopez the way things are going now. He's missed fucking so many punches. It's like watching a fucking Otani fucking no-hitter. Finally, he landed a shot. But even when he lands a shot, it's cuffing, slapping, not turning his shots over. I try to like Tio, but he talks too crazy sometimes. Wow, talk crazy and then perform shitty. I thought 3 fights was on Saturday. I thought the fight was on Saturday. Shit. Well, he didn't miss anything. Take that belt from the ball hogging motherfucker. Ball hogging? What does that mean? We ain't playing basketball. In boxing, you're supposed to hog the fucking ball. The problem is he hasn't fucking hogged the ball. He's been shooting fucking air balls and missing layups and not playing defense and not rebounding. And this is why people feel Lomachenko would have won in the rematch. Lomachenko did not have these kind of problems with fucking Ortiz, even though people feel Ortiz won. No, he didn't win that fight. He was good, competitive. Now, how do we want to see fucking Ortiz fight? Maybe we can get him against fucking Barboza, right? I mean, that's a, oh no, Barboza's no longer with ESPN. See, fucking running like crazy, missing like fucking mad. Well, at least Ortiz, Tio didn't get his ass beat up like he did against fucking Cambosis and get dropped in the process. Matrix would have beat Loma in the rematch. Matrix would have beat Loma in the rematch. What does that mean? Why is Ortiz running? He been running the whole fight, son. He been running the whole fight. He did not come to look good. He came to fucking win a title any way possible. And now Lopez is like, fuck, man. I'm going to lose to this fucking kid. Yes, you are. Unless a robbery happens. Tio, oh yeah. Fucking final round. You better come out and do what you did against Lomachenko. Ortiz 105, 104. And Kriegel's being too generous, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, like I said. 7-5. If he wins the next round, you're going to have it a draw. They better hope he wins the next round and they fucking get a draw. But I don't see the judges giving the same scorecard as Mark Kriegel. I'm just saying. I think Kriegel's being too pro this. I'm not listening to the commentating, so I don't know what Bradley and those guys are saying and how they have the fight unfolding, but I think it's pretty clear that Ortiz is winning a boring fucking fight where Lopez has looked fucking mediocre. Them cards look janky, but in the 11th, Ortiz was running like a biatch. Yeah, but he was still landing fucking more effective punches. That's what he's done the whole fight. Both Haney and Tio ducked rematch with Lomachenko. Scared. Facts. Yeah, you better win this round impressively at least. Even if you lose, at least you could say fucking, I took the 12th round. Small victories. See, he stopped going to the body, and that's the problem. Stop going to the body. He had his most effectiveness from around the 7th to the 8th, 9th round, 6th to the 8th round when he was jabbing and throwing right hands to the body. Then he started fucking swinging at the head once again and missing like fucking crazy. He's missing like fucking Mike Judge. This dude struck out more in this fight than Mike Judge struck out fucking in 2022. And hasn't hit fucking even close to as many home runs. Look, lost that fucking exchange as well. God damn. I'm pissed. I thought the fight was on Saturday. Well, to be fair, Andre, you didn't miss anything. Go watch the Keyshawn Davis performance against Petraza. That was great. This, not so much. The best thing about this was the entrance. Check out Tio's entrance. That was the highlight. The rest has been this frustrating fucking nothing really happening to speak of, right? You do this, you stand there, but you ain't gonna win the fight fucking doing that. That's what you've been doing all night, buddy. Missing by a fucking mile. Ortiz had a game plan. He stuck to it, and he's going to become the new 140-pound WBO world champion, much to your dismay. Keyshawn won. Dominant. He did what Lopez should have done today, but wasn't able to fucking come close to doing. Sorry, kid, you lost that fight. You better fucking come to terms with it. And maybe get a real trainer in your corner, because that was a piss poor fucking performance if I've ever seen one. Even Lily fell asleep. God damn. Cheatham, Sutherland, Weisfeld. We know they're fucking all dirty as fuck, so don't be surprised if Tio gets the victory. But I don't even know if you can honestly fucking give Tio the decision in this, even if you're fucking cheating and robbing. Punch now has it 107-102. Yes, shit fight. Facts. Punch Drunk is just proving he's fucking a mental. Because there's no way fucking Lopez dominated that fucking fight. 107, 102.
Steve Weisfeld is the third judge, and they will decide it. Mark Kriegel, your final scorecard.
If Lopez wins, it's a robbery.
14, 6 rounds apiece, unbalanced.
A draw.
Succeeded in imposing his will and making the fight the way he wanted to make it was Ortiz. Mark's got it a draw. Sportsbook down the pathways got that at 20-1. Top Ranked Boxing on ESPN is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
I think Lopez is really going to retire after this fight. Him and Shakur are going to be hanging out in fucking Florida, drinking Mai Tais on the beach.
$1 million Whopper contest.
Oh, my God. Oh, you know, I love boxing, but this is one of the things I don't like about it. The fact that you can have such a unrewarding fucking fight. Ortiz wins. Okay, he wins. He becomes a champion, but I can't say I enjoyed the fight at all. And not that I'm so prone to fucking Lopez being the winner. I just thought Lopez would be more effective. And he was fucking totally not effective. Tio dad gonna say, you know, my son, 11-2. They're gonna say he didn't want to fight. He was running. Yeah, but how do you not expect that? Right? Like, you gotta fucking come in after sparring, fighting a dude in sparring that did that, and then show that you're able to fucking be effective against someone doing that. And if he would have kept throwing straight rights and jabs to the body early on and consistently, he would have won this fight, you know, without a doubt. But the problem is he lost the fucking exchanges in the middle. He fucking chased after him for the majority of the fight, threw a million fucking punches that missed literally by a fucking mile. I would not be surprised if he dislocated both his shoulders because he missed so big. Tio gonna blame the ring walk entrance. The hat was too heavy. The hat was too heavy. Can you say robbery but do a draw? Which WITCH, which means Tio lost. Can you say robbery but do a draw, which means I don't even know what you're saying, Damon Wester. Maybe you can use spell check or something, because that is a convoluted expression of something or other. Are you saying a draw is a robbery? Nobody said it's even a draw. But if it's a draw, that is a robbery too, because I think most unbiased boxing people feel that Ortiz won what can only be described as a terrible fight to watch. Kind of like when Fury beat Klitschko. Everyone knew fucking Fury won. I called an upset. Let's see. Ricardo, you in 8-4 look like you were correct. People were pushing the upset, and fucking, there's a reason for it. Tio and his dad, man, they fucking too one dimensional. They can't fucking adjust. And what do we say about dudes like that? If you can't adjust and you rely on one thing, you're going to be fucking found out. You're going to be exposed. You're going to get beat. That's a job for Jiffy Lube. This got to be the worst commercial ever. Fucking Dr. Pepper. Oh no. Even my battery's done. I don't have another battery. Let's go upstairs. I'm gonna miss the fucking. The den of iniquity. Don't judge. Pretty. Oh, oh, ah. Oh, god damn it. How am I going to do this? My plug is a mile from fucking the TV. Well, we can listen from over here. What do we say? Tio wants to fight Crawford. Well, Crawford ain't going to run like that. Punch is butt buddies with Tio. Yes, he is. Let's listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds here inside the Michelob Ultra Arena, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Steve Weisfeld scores the bout 117-111. Tim Cheatham and David Sutherland both have it 115-113. For your winner by
Must be new and new.
and still.
Oh my god. What a robbery. 117, 111. Oh, Cheatham is a fucking Cheatham. My god. What a terrible fucking scorecard. Hold on. My god. That was fucking terrible. What the fuck? Robbery. You know it. Cheatham was a judge. Fuck, man. 117, 111. Like, we talked about maybe it would be a draw. Fuck. Because you know he lost.
Hey, people, humans, listen up, man. Listen up. Yeah. Y'all go boo all you want. Sucker dick, no. I know, relax. Let me go back on this, okay? We cannot, for 1 second, champion. I bleed for this. I sweat for this. And I sweat for this every time. Jesus is real. And all I can say, may God give it, God take it. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Oh my God.
It's not the first time that you faced against a guy who doesn't want to engage. The same thing happened with Sandro Martin. How is it that you weren't able to cut off the ring? What could you have done better tonight to get him to engage?
I had to get two guys so they can jump him. Because honestly, I gotta fly to get these guys. That's crazy, man. Hey, listen, I try my best to do what I can for the people. I even try to box for backward that they did not want to commit. To show you people, listen to me. I only believe in one race, the human race. The human race. From Rosa Parks, she says it best. The only race I believe in is the human race. And that's what everything matters today. I don't believe in my religion. I believe in God.
None of the shit you're talking about, Tio, has anything to do with your piss poor performance. Yes, Ortiz ran and tried to win an ugly performance, but most people are going to think he won.
This was a race, but he was running a race and you were chasing after him.
Nice segue. It's a repeat. You also beat Sandor Martin, but it was also piss poor performance too.
Champion, I am king, and the king stays king. I'm in it for everybody and anybody. Go ahead, you can run. The people can move. You know why? Because they ain't lost tonight. Now, when you talk about what happened tonight,
Lopez is like this close to having a fucking mental breakdown.
you know what's next for me? Glory. Glory. That's what's next for me. None of these guys want to fight me. I'll fight Crawford out of catch weight. What's up then?
Catch weight.
I'm ready. Always been ready.
Now he's talking about catch weight for Crawford.
And shoot, two-time first male undisputed world champion at 25. Now, Keyshawn has no problem going up to fight you, just like you don't have no problem going up. Is that possible, man? Come on, we're talking about a lightweight. We're talking about a lightweight over here. He hasn't done anything, just like Vasily Lomachenko told me. If you want to fight me, you gotta get a title. Get a world title. If you want to fight the king, go ahead, get the world title. I'm not gonna give it to you guys. What? You guys want it easy. Everybody want it easy. Hey, the only thing easy is my skills. All right, Jimmy, well, thank you very much.
Well, everyone, thanks for jumping in. I can say that the best thing about that fight was definitely the ring walk. The scorecards, terrible. I'm going to go listen to Punch Drunk because I'm curious about how he's capping. So I will see you guys over there. He definitely coming off like a clown, right? Just admit that you did not perform great. But thanks, everyone. I will see you next time. Have a good weekend. Peace out. Happy Chinese New Year.